The out-of-touch, middle-class, liberal media are at it again. Yes, the podcast operated by Lewis Goodall and Emily Maitlis and the other one, creating an echo chamber of liberalism for themselves, but pretending that they are not biased. They had a meltdown after the Tory party conference because they believe that Nigel Farage had actually taken over the Tory party. This is the most hilarious thing you're going to see in a long time. Let's watch this clip from the News Agents podcast, or whatever it's called, where Lewis Goodall believes that basically they're all triggered and saying, Nigel, the Tory party is now the Farageist. I wish, but it's not. And that's what he says.
Look, I think it's time we sort of called this what this is. And if you talk to some of the more previously what you might say moderate people here, moderate Conservatives, cabinet ministers or whatever, they will talk in these terms. There has been a slow burn, hostile takeover of the Conservative Party. And it started probably in about 2013 to 2014. We spoke so much about the idea of a hostile takeover by the left of the Labour Party. The reason that stood out more is because there was a moment of realisation. It was the moment that Corbyn was elected within the Labour Party. What's happened with the Conservative Party is it has been done by increments, little by little, starting under Cameron, accelerating under May, Johnson, and now Sunak.
I disagree with that. You see, I don't think you can call it a takeover because the doors have been opened by successive Conservative leader after Conservative leader. They have allowed this to happen because they thought that was their best way of staying in power. Whether it was David Cameron realising that he had to give the referendum to people, allowing him, he thought, more time to win that and stay in power, or everything that's happened subsequently.
Indeed, but the point is, what I'm saying is that however the mechanism or the means that it's happened, and that has profound consequences for British politics.
Ooh, so before we continue this nonsense, a couple of issues. One, technically they did have a debate. Technically, Emily Maitlis disagreed with Lewis Goodall. What did she disagree on? Oh, she said, well, I don't think it's a takeover because they've been welcomed in. So you're basically still saying the same thing, just different words. Also, for the record, to clarify, what they're saying is, by definition, a conspiracy theory. You know how they love to throw those words at other people? This is literally a conspiracy theory. The idea that the Tory party are now suddenly so right-wing is laughable. Secondly, they call the left wing of the Tory party and the Liberals and the Greens of the Tory party, the Cameroons, why is it that they call them moderates and then the others, the Conservative side, right wing of the party? So if we have the right, and if these guys that you call, the David Camerons and everybody else, Theresa May, if they are the moderates, then by definition that means there also has to be a left of the party, right? You got right, you got moderate, centre, and so what's the left? See, there's a gap in this whole argument. It makes no sense what they're saying. But anyway, let's see what they have to say.
The difference is, and I was talking to a Conservative minister about this yesterday, the difference is that what you might say is that the left of the Conservative Party, frankly, has less guts and is a bit more like the soft left of the Labour Party. As you say, Emily, they appease, they give a little bit more and they give a little bit more, and if we just give them this, they'll go away and we can reach a happy accommodation. It's never happened, it's not going to happen, and you end up in the situation that they're in now where basically it is Farage's party now. And in a sense as well, we should say that is a trend which is mirrored across Europe, right? We've seen the sort of Faragiste type parties either take over or displace the more mainstream Conservative Party. That is what we see at this conference all around us.
He again went against an argument. He called them, he said, well, the left of the Tory party. What is the left of the Tory party if you just call them the moderates? You can't say the left is moderate and then the right, the Conservatives are right-wing, scary. This is, I know a lot of you guys are frustrated with this whole labelling and all this, but it matters because these people are using words to fight. This is the war of words. It matters. You have to fight back against it because they start calling you things. And then if you keep ignoring it, the next day you're going to be a fascist. Well, they're going to be calling you a fascist. And you have to be fighting back. Anyway, I just thought to show you this hilarious thing of them believing that the Tory party has suddenly become so right-wing and Farageist, whatever that means. And a lot of people watching this are saying, oh, I wish. Anyway, let me know what you think. I'm Tousi, and we are the media.